From the Bob Mills Weather Center, meteorologist Andrew Adams.
It is a windy morning across Oklahoma. You can tell that just looking at the flag on our National Cowboy Museum cam and our Pike Pass Skycam network. It's also pretty clear over Oklahoma as well. We'll have a couple clouds throughout the day, but a lot of sunshine and a south wind. Right now, sustained 22 out at Will Rogers, gusting to 30 across the state. And a good chunk of it, at least, we're seeing gusts right now, 25 to 30 here in central Oklahoma. A little bit lighter to the northwest for now. That's not going to last all day long, but with the high winds out of the south, that's kept us very warm overnight. Now that we're pushing 9 o'clock, get there pretty soon. Didn't get too cold. We're at 65 still in Oklahoma City, 68 in Guthrie, 69 up in Tulsa, 68 in Stillwater. Still some low 60s, some 50s, even sprinkling in a couple 40s to the west and northwest. But for the most part, pretty warm. It's going to be hot across the state this afternoon as well, at least by October standards. A little bit of a system up here. That's going to bring in, you see all that red? Winter storm warnings for the mountains. A lot of snow to the mountains. Our red, it's no winter storm. That's heat and fire danger today and tomorrow for a good chunk of the state. We'll be sweating this afternoon. These systems that as they come through, though, mountain snow through the weekend, and then by the time they get to us, shed off the Rockies, rain and even a couple of thunderstorms as we go through our Monday for a large chunk of Oklahoma. This is going to be some very beneficial rain that we need, and behind it, a much more fall-like look. By the time we get to late Tuesday, we'll be drier and stay that way for a few days until our third system comes through. Once that does, by the time we get to Friday, rain chances peak back up one more time. We stay cool. More of the mild air stays to the southwest. So after this weekend, especially today, we'll be feeling a little bit more like fall again. 81 pregame in Stillwater. That's at 2:30 kickoff. By 2:30, 87, 89 the high. That'll happen right around halftime. So hot and windy and fire danger on tap today. We already have one hot spot that's been showing up in Osage County. I will not be surprised if we see more, especially out west through this afternoon. Highs along and west of I-35 pushing 90 degrees and into the low 90s. Our record here in Oklahoma City is 87, so we would break that by 3 degrees this afternoon thanks to that hot south wind. And once again, along and west of I-35 is where the highest fire danger is today. Very low humidity values, 15 to 30% by the time you get to the metro, 30%. And then off in eastern Oklahoma, humidity raises, so it'll still be windy out there and it is still dry, but the humidity being higher out there will help as far as fires go. That's good news for them out there, but most of the state, not great news. 60s overnight will be very mild for this time of year again, and still warm during the afternoon. 83 Oklahoma City, not as hot today, which is nice, and some mid-80s out west. Could be pushing upper 80s in southwest Oklahoma. And humidity across the state, a little bit higher for most of it, which will help us out a little bit along I-35. But you head into western Oklahoma and especially northwest Oklahoma in the Panhandle tomorrow, driest and windiest part of the state. We're going to see that fire danger go up to extreme, and then a couple showers possible tomorrow afternoon in north central Oklahoma, northwest Oklahoma during the evening as we start to see maybe a couple sprinkles generate. But the real rain chances arrive overnight into Monday and through our Monday. Most of the state seeing some very beneficial rain all the way through Tuesday, at least the first half of Tuesday before rain chances start to step off. But here in central Oklahoma, west side of the metro, anywhere from half an inch to maybe 1.5 inches. East stretches of the metro could exceed that 1.5 inch mark and see even more beneficial rain. Out to the northwest, a little bit less so, up to 1/4 inch to maybe 3/4 inch in some spots. Flooding will be a better concern off to the east. And that rain is also going to do a number on our temperatures. This afternoon, 90 breaks a record. And then Monday, look at that, back into the 50s by the afternoon. We'll start off a little bit warmer on Monday than we will be in the afternoon. 60s for the overnight low and then into the 50s through the afternoon. Rain chances really start to dwindle as we go throughout our day Tuesday. Temperatures overall much more comfortable and pretty much closer to where we ought to be. 50s, pay another visit by the time we get to Friday with that following storm system.